Hello world and all who inhabit it, my name is SteviiLove, welcome back or to my channel. Today I have a pretty interesting video for you guys, but first, so you know how certain channels will feature artwork from their fans or whatever? Well, I have something a little bit different. I'm going to start featuring my son's pictures. My son wants to have his own YouTube channel, so I told him we would do a playlist on my channel for now until he's old enough to really be able to do that, especially because as a victim of sexual assault as a minor, a victim of pedophilia, to be totally blunt and honest with you guys, I don't want him to be in any risky situation. I want to be able to monitor everything, so. But I also want to give him a shout out because he's quite artistic. My son is 6, just so you guys know, so here is the first featured artwork from Eli. This is a Rotom from a Pokemon card he has. My son is really into Pokemon, you'll see that in his videos. Honestly, it's quite good, especially considering he was just kind of messing around and he's not a tracer or anything like that. So, there's that. Anyway, so today's video is going to be me showing you guys how to permanently rid yourself of spirits. But today, specifically, we're going to be focusing on negative spirits. I don't see the point of getting rid of a positive spirit. How do you tell the difference between a positive and a negative spirit, you might be asking? The whole reason of this video is because I've noticed in the YouTube sphere, there is a butt-ton of paranormal activity, and that's a good thing. However, a lot of the times people are dealing with positive entities and they don't even realize it. So a positive entity is something that will never invoke negative emotions or hurt you. Yeah, maybe they'll touch you, but they never hurt you. They don't scratch you or anything like that. You might hear some knocking, some tapping, maybe some scratching, just like some really weird, unexplainable noises. Maybe even footsteps. You might hear their voice. You might smell their cologne or perfume. You might even see them. But that's really it. They never do anything that will hurt you. Whereas a negative entity will. They will scratch you, bite you, claw you. They will make you feel like you're going insane. They will deliberately mess with you to scare you, toy with you. If they show themselves to you, you will feel freaking terrified. They're the ones who will do the sleep paralysis to the point where you are absolutely terrified and really can't do anything. They're the ones that will invoke very strong negative emotions and because they feed off of that. And it might start out very simple, but it will escalate over time, especially the more you give off the negative emotions that they use to feed. So, like I said, we're focusing on negative entities today. I'm not teaching you guys how to smudge with white sage. That's probably your first reaction, because that's the most common solution you see, and here's the thing with that. It's not a temporary solution. The whole point of this video is because of how much paranormal activity there is here on YouTube, and second of all, that is the most common solution people give to help. When you smudge with white sage, you only are giving yourself or your space a temporary amount of time that is clean, pure, etc., etc. Now, as a Wiccan, I am all too familiar with white sage, and I'm not knocking white sage or dissing it. It's very powerful, and there's tons of benefits. However, most of the time we utilize it because it is a temporary fix. Because we can do what we need to do in that allotted amount of time, and there you go. Use it as needed, but you know it's not permanent. And I can't stress that enough because there's so many people who think that's all you need to do. Plus, smudging with white sage can be easily messed up. This solution in today's video, though, is not going to help you against demons. So, if like with smudging with white sage, it just gets worse and it doesn't stop, you may be dealing with a demon or a very powerful negative entity. However, if it is not a demon, this should work as long as you feel it and you mean it. That's the most important thing. You have to feel it and you have to mean it. So, what do? First and foremost, you cannot be in a negative state of mind. Why do negative entities attract to people? Well, specifically because we give off a lot of negativity. And if you are constantly in a pessimistic, negative state of mind, you're bringing that shit into your life without even realizing it. It is the law of attraction at its finest. And when you are in a negative headspace for a long period of time, your spiritual vibrations are very low. And thus, the negative entities can easily attach themselves to you. Whereas if you are a happy person, very positive and optimistic, you will be vibrating so high that they can't enter. Another thing is, if you are mentally ill, which I am, so I'm not dissing anyone, if you have any kind of mental illness like depression, anxiety, or anything like that, and it is in control of your life, you are more susceptible, just like being constantly just being negative. Also, if you are not very spiritually aware, you are very susceptible as well. So, I've been spiritually aware since I was a small child because that's how my mom raised me. I was raised never to touch a Ouija board no matter what because you just don't know. I was raised never to fuck with the spirit world because, again, you never know and you don't want to be disrespectful, impolite, or anything like that. You don't want to taunt them or provoke them in any way, shape, or form. However, I did fall to two negative entities. One which was just a really big trickster, and the other one was really vicious and nasty, and I will do videos about them in the future, but just not right now. But I've also had really positive experiences with my uncle and my fiance's grandfather. So what happened for me is I was going through postpartum depression after giving birth to my son, which is a very, very common thing. Don't think that it's like a super severe thing. As long as you can get it under control, you're good. But while I was dealing with that, I ended up attracting two negative entities. So I do know what I'm talking about, and this video is actually how I personally got rid of them. And if you ever have watched Ghost Hunters, like, we can dispute whether or not it's real or false, but that's not the point. The point is, anytime that there was a family or a mother, whatever, hey, stop that. Anytime there was a spirit and the people in the house were afraid, Jason and Grant would straight up tell them what they could do to get rid of it, regardless if it was positive or negative, and that's what we're doing today. We're going to use our words, our intent, and our being to get rid of negative, specifically negative spirits. So first and foremost, you cannot be upset. You can't be mad, sad, in any kind of negative headspace. You have to be calm, cool, collected, and vibrating pretty high. So if you aren't, that's okay. Just wait until you are. If you have waited and it's still, then go ahead and get the white sage out and do it to yourself. It can be really helpful to help yourself get to the right state of mind to do this. So, again, I'm not knocking white sage, it's just, that's a temporary solution. But that's why doing it before you get rid of it to yourself can be really helpful. The next thing is you need to open a door or a window, something like that, to make a physical exit. Sure, they might have phased through your walls or whatever to get into your house, but when you are banishing them, you want a physical exit. This is the same for if you smudge with white sage to temporarily clear whatever. You want to have a physical exit. So now that you have those two steps, it is time to say this little phrase, chant, whatever you want to call it. Remember, you don't have to say exactly what I say. You can cater this to your religion, to you specifically. It does not matter. This is just what I have said, but it's not, if it's not for you, it's not for you. Just change it so it fits you. The whole thing is, it's your words, and you want to convey that you want them gone. Think of it as a guest who overstayed their welcome, like, you have to go. You can't be aggressive, you need to be assertive. And like I said, you have to mean it. So this is what I personally choose to say. To the spirits residing here, unless you are made of light, love, and positivity, I banish you from this space and from my life, never to return. Say it like you would to get rid of a guest, whatever. You have to mean it, and you have to feel it too. And then I recommend leaving your exit open for about 5 minutes so they can properly leave. And there you go. Now, remember, if you're going to bless your house with holy water or blessed oil, make sure you leave the exit untouched. And then once you've done this and you waited the 5 minutes, then go ahead. Just make sure to leave it untouched so that they can go, so you don't trap them there. And then these are a few things that can help you prevent yourself from falling back into the negative state of mind, or if you can't, this can at least help you repel the negative energy. So things like crystals, which tomorrow I will be doing my crystal video. Well, Thursday will be my crystal video. And Friday will be a chit chat get ready with me. But in my crystal video, I tell you guys how powerful crystals are, because they can be used for any reason in any aspect of your life. So crystals like obsidian, topaz, jade, turquoise, beryl, those kind of things, they're really great for repelling negative entities, energy, spirits, etc. Then you have black witch's salt, which is really, really powerful as well. And this can be easily Googled to find. This might be an easier option because everyone has salt, and you can typically easily make this. If you do make this, I recommend grounding up eggshells to combine in there for an extra oomph to make it even more powerful. That's what I personally do. And you can stick this in a little container, a little jar, whatever. You can sprinkle it in all of your entryways around your property. Can really do whatever you want. But personally, for me, I like to carry a little bit with me when I go out so that no one can bring me down and nothing comes home with me that shouldn't. Nothing negative, at least. Another thing is a protection pouch. Now, there's all kinds of spell pouches out there. You have dream pouches, sleep pouches, money pouches, all kinds of things. But a protection pouch could contain some black witch's salt, a piece of black obsidian or turquoise, which mine has both of these, some herbs like cinnamon and mint, some white sage, rosemary, etc., and anything else. You can even do a little piece of paper with your intent on it, because your words are so powerful. And then you seal it up. You can cleanse it as often as you need to, and I do recommend doing it at least once every month, because it will need it. Because it is being used, the more often you keep it cleansed and charged, the more effective it will be. It's just like a dream catcher in a sense, but it's a little pouch. And you can put this under your pillow, you can put this in your purse, you can take it everywhere with you, it does not matter. So, that's it for today's video. Like I said, tomorrow, Thursday, will be my crystal video, which will give you guys a lot of insight on crystals. Like, it's a super interesting video, if I don't toot my own horn. And then Friday, I'm going to do a chit-chat get ready with me to tell you guys what's been going on, why I've been gone. But I thought if I added the get ready with me part, it might be a little bit more interesting. Plus, I get to start incorporating makeup back into this channel, so there's that. So, if you liked this video and it was helpful or anything good, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If for whatever reason you don't like it, then give it a thumbs down and let me know why in the comments down below. If you want to reach out to me for any reason, you can do so in the comments or on social media. My social media is linked in the description. If you are not yet subscribed, tap my face. It'll pop up here somewhere at some point in time to subscribe. If you are subscribed, make sure you tap that bell down below so you never miss when I upload. As always, I'm SteviiLove, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.